Ms. Zulene Mayfield, founder of Chester Residents Concerned for Quality Living.
Hello, neighbors. Last but certainly not least, thank you so much for being here, Ms. Zulene.
It's a long
day. Thank you for all of your work. It really is.
Yeah, I do want to, I need a higher chair. I'm looking close.
You and me both.
All right, thank you. It's a long day. Hello, my neighbors. I provided written testimony. I just want to get through this, and we're going to go over a couple of things.
Sorry, can you state your name for the record and speak into the mic?
My name is Zulene Mayfield. I'm the chairperson and a founding member of Chester Residents Concerned for Quality Living, or CRCQL. CRCQL was formed in 1992. We were formed after the incinerator went live and began burning. Initially, we formed on everything that you could see, hear, and smell. We were not knowledgeable about the pollution and or the disruption and disease and cancers that they would bring to our community. You've heard from other panelists on their perspective about Covanta Reworld Incinerator. We have experienced firsthand the immediate impact of this incinerator that it has had on our community. As people that live in Chester, we are environmentally assaulted every day from the thousands of pounds of pollutants being emitted by Covanta Reworld. We've had to become scientists, engineers, enforcers, health advocates, and regulatory agents, all while trying to live. Only we can tell our story, only us. Covanta recently commissioned a report on the health of residents of Chester. They have referenced that so-called report today. AECOM authored this report, and it should be noted that this company has a dubious history. They've been the source of fraudulent billing, racial discrimination, hiring discrimination, lawsuits, and settlements resulting in millions of dollars being paid out. Covanta Reworld should be ashamed to even tout that as a report. In 1995, the Environmental Protection Agency, at the behest of this organization, commissioned an environmental risk assessment study. They have all of the data. They showed all of the cancer rates for our community. They gave us the projections. It was a trailblazing report that had never been done before. Every report after that has mirrored their conclusions at that time. Basically, our community is sick. Our children have asthma. And we are burying members of our community. Burying them. Every day, as Dr. Motley said, we are getting that phone call that somebody else is sick, or they need transportation, they need food. Covanta Reworld emits cadmium, chromium, mercury, dioxins, VOCs, arsenic, all known cancer-causing carcinogens. Yet Covanta Reworld wants this committee to believe that the cancer rates in Chester are not significant. Although data shows Chester residents suffer from rates of liver and bile cancer, 91% more than the national average. Laryngeal cancer, 84% the national rate. Hodgkin's lymphoma, 78%, greater than the national rate. Pancreatic cancer, 50% greater than the national rate. The list goes on and on and on. Asthma rates for our children are alarming, as are the rates for the children of Philadelphia. For some reason, people think that when the pollution hits the fence line, it stops. Don't stop there. What is done to us in Chester, what is contributing to environmental genocide, what is allowed to happen to us, you do also unto yourself. It don't stop there. There's no Wakanda shield. The city of Chester also falls within the 90 percentile for ozone, meaning it is in the top 10% for the state of Pennsylvania for ground level ozone exposures, known to cause respiratory distress among other health issues. Delaware County Solid Waste and Delaware County Council just approved the zero waste plan. If you are looking for a model on how to do the financial assessment, a life cycle analysis, and a comparative study, that is a great start. An absolute fantastic start. I think it is a trailblazing study, and what they have determined, incineration is more polluting than landfilling. It's apples and oranges. And I would pose a question to the people in this committee today. Everybody's looking financially and what does this do and how do you do that? And, I would just say, the logic is if Delaware County hasn't done anything, why should we do the right thing? There's never well, I'm not going to do it because they haven't done it. There's always a time to do the right thing. Always. And it should not be dependent upon what somebody else. You are Philadelphia. Philadelphia. We are the oldest city in Pennsylvania, but you are the oldest government. And what can Philadelphia not do? Come on now, y'all home with the Eagles. Come on. So that alarmed me a little bit. So Covanta Rewer will tell this committee that they're good community partners. They gave out food to 250 families. Well, we have 12,000 households in Chester. So it's minimal. A crumb of a crumb of a crumb. They give out $25,000 in scholarships. They give $2,000 to this organization, blah, blah, blah. They gave an AED to a church, blah, blah, blah. They will not talk about the poisoning of an entire community. They don't want to talk about that. They do not want to talk about the people in our community that we are losing. They won't say who pays the cost when a child has an asthma attack and the parent is at work and has to leave work to get their child medical attention for that child. Covanta will also tell you that their burning of trash falls within the allowable limits of their permit. The facility is 33 years old. Old technology. Outdated. There's no way to make it safe. By their very nature, they will never be safe. That's why they have to be issued a permit to pollute all of us. They are issued a permit to pollute, not to be good neighbors. WTE. I'm so glad that everybody today has called them the incinerator, because that's what they are. It's nothing magical about what they do. As a byproduct of what they do, which is burn, they generate electricity. Now the logic would be, since you have a city that's in a poor community, well, hell, let's give the electricity to the community. That might actually lift people out of poverty. That would be a good community partner. No, when they initially started, I don't know where the electricity goes at now, because I don't have time to track it. But they used to send it over the grid to Atlantic City, and it serviced the casinos there. So you see everybody profits off of the suffering of the community of Chester. You talked about finances. I heard a person up here said that you all pay $78 a ton to have trash disposed. Well, the city of Chester receives $2 per ton. $2. $2. It was $2.50, but our former mayor had some type of secret deal with Covanta, and it was lowered from $2.50 to $2. Nobody knows why, but the deal was done in secrecy and away from the residents. That's particularly one of the reasons why he's no longer the mayor. You've heard about, we have 35,000 people. We don't have one doctor in our city. But people are telling us that we should be grateful to have Rewald in our community pumping out poison because they have jobs. Well, I don't know if it's 6, 13, or 20 now, but those are the number of people from Chester that work in Rewald Covanta in the city of Chester. They have 115 or so employees. So it's not a good point. All right, so I'm gonna hurry up so we can get out of here. In July of this year, we lost a member of Circle. His name was Joshua Shockley. He was newly married, had a pregnant wife. He called me up and he told me he had cancer. The day that his son was born was the first day of his chemo treatment. He died 2 weeks before his 1-year anniversary, and when his son was 5 months old. Josh was 38 years of age. We are not statistics. We will not live in a kill zone for other people's comfort. We matter to us, our children matter, our community matters. Because of Josh's son and all the children, Chester, Philadelphia, Circle will continue to fight, okay? When Philly went through the trash strike, it was one side of me, I felt very sad, but the dark side of me is like, yes. Now they can see the crap that they send to my city every single day. It manifested itself in the smells, the odors, the stinkiness, the just ugh. But that's what they send to us every day. It was a real representation of what we have to do. People make garbage, it goes out and nobody thinks anything else about it. Oh my God, get it out of our house, it smells. There's no cost associated, not real cost. They don't see the suffering. We buried a 38-year-old man, and his doctors determined, because he had a rare form of cancer, I can't pronounce it right now, that it was due to environmental factors. And the year prior to that, a year and 3 months prior to that, his mother died from cancer. I've lost my mother, my brother, my 15-year-old sister, cousins. And it's a situation of, I've testified at hundreds of hearings like this throughout the years, always with the mindset, what facts do I need to cite? What can I say that will stick in their brains, and what story will pierce their hearts and make them understand? This is more than a financial decision. It's a health and it's a moral decision that needs to be made. Will you commit and continue to be complicit in environmental racism? Because it's not environmental justice. There is no justice right now. When we shut it down, that will be justice. And we will shut it down. We will shut it down.
Thank you so
Okay?
much.
They asked earlier whether or not there had been any conversations with the trash from New York actually comes from Queens and Manhattan. We are in monthly conversations with their solid waste advisory boards. I've already given testimony. They have every contract is not set in stone forever. You can break a dang contract.
Thank you so much. I'm
Okay.
going to have to recess the hearing for a few minutes. Is last comment that you would like to give?
Yeah, just a couple, the
And
city
I
of,
would ask that you summarize.
yeah, the city of Philadelphia has the ability to do whatever they want to do. Okay, you have a product that they want. It's not, you're not in a position of weakness. You're in a position of strength. I'm good. I'm done.
Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you all for having us. Remember your morality in your hearts and to do the right thing. It's not dependent upon money. Money gonna send a whole lot of people to hell, okay?
Thank you so
Or the
much.
love of money, let me say it.
And to everyone here, we're going to take a brief recess, 10 minutes or so.